Thanks for joining me. My name is Nicola. We are going to do some yin together for a little while. As always, before we begin, set yourself up so have something comfy to practice on. I recommend, like, if you don't have anything that you can use for props at home, you're going to be okay. You can do without them, it's not the end of the world. But if you have anything that resembles a block, if your shoulders are tight, a strap or some rope or a shirt, whatever, and some sort of bolster, firm cushion situation. So pop me on pause, grab all those things, and I'll get Jason to put a playlist in the notes of this class. So if you want something to listen to as well, pop that on. Or you can listen to your own music, you know, you do you. And let's do this. So we'll start off in child's pose. So turn yourself around. If you like, you can bring your knees out as wide as they go, but like that's not important. If they want to be together, bring them together. If it's comfortable to bring them out a bit wider to get that opening across the front of the hips, go for it. Tops of the feet come down to the ground, and if it feels kind of icky, underneath or around the top of the ankle, you can actually get some like balled up socks, and you can pop them underneath there just for a little extra support if that feels icky. So, once you've made your legs comfortable, slide your arms forward and just bring your forehead down towards the ground. Give your bum a little wiggle, maybe start to slide your sit bones down towards your heels and send your hands towards the front. And take a deep breath in. An intentional and emptying breath of air out, and allow yourself to get heavier. So, can you feel the full weight of your forehead resting down into the mat? Allow your shoulders to give way and drop out your ears. Feel the entire length of your spine all the way down towards your hips, and then allow the hips themselves to get heavy. Take a few more rounds of breath here, just as like a nice starting place. Become aware of the breath. And we'll come into our first shape, which is a variation of child's pose. We're going to take a closed wing here. So leave your left arm where it is. Just pick up the right one and thread it underneath your left. So the palm might face up, might face down. Have a little bit of a play with it. Move it around, see if you can find an interesting stretch here. So you might need to just wiggle around for a little bit. I'm going to set timer. Now that I haven't really been doing much for the last little while, I've lost any concept of time. Which is both funny and infuriating at the same time. So we're just going to be here for, I don't know, I just chose 3 minutes. If you want to bring your right cheek down towards the ground and look towards your right hand, go for it. And find a place in this shape where you can feel something, like there is a certain level of discomfort here that is not 100% of your range. You're not here to punish yourself, believe it or not. Yeah. Find something that works and then go with it. And if you're more familiar with the yin practice, you probably have noticed this in the past, but if you're newer to this practice, you'll begin to notice that when you first come into the shape, you're going to feel it in some areas. There'll be a certain level of intensity to it. And then the longer that you stay in the shape, the more you're going to feel it, and the sensations, they may actually travel and move into other areas, so you do need a certain level of patience here. Allow yourself to come into a shape and then you stay. And you allow your breath to be fluid and perhaps ask your mind to come into this moment. So just noticing what you're doing right now, staying with the task at hand. So just be here. I'm just going to stay just for about another 5 rounds of breath. So perhaps allow your shoulders to get heavier, like really enjoy the full weight of your body. Yeah, dropping down into the ground. Deep breath in. Full breath back out. Stay for your last round of breath here. Just make sure you completely empty your breath. Right? And press down into your left hand. Slide your right arm out. Take it towards the left arm and have a moment just in neutral here. Acknowledge how the right hand side feels compared to the left hand side. Probably feels different. We swap our sides over, leaving your legs as they are. But if you find that your hips are screaming at you already, which they might be, bring your knees a little closer. No harm done there. You can actually rest your ribs right down on your thighs just to prop you up. That might feel a little nicer. So, in your own time, we swap sides. Left arm comes over towards the right. Left cheek comes down to the ground, and a little bit of initial fidgeting is nice. Right? Just to find your edge in the shape. And once you find that sweet spot, I always like to take a really deep breath in. And full slide back out. Just to drop yourself in. And I learned that habit from my dog. He always does that whenever he finds like a really good place to sit, like he fidgets around for ages. Walks around in a little circle, moves his little pillow, moves the blanket, and then once he's like fully content, he just goes, and he settles in. Okay? So do the same, make yourself at home. I'm gonna sit here and let you stay. Regardless of what pops up into your mind, can you stay? Not just physically stay, but like mentally stay. So you're not just stretching out the body, you're also training your mind to be a little bit more under your control. One more minute, so allow yourself to get heavier again. Yeah. You might drop in a little bit deeper. Shoulders a little shrug, give your head a little jiggle. Yeah. Just take 5 more rounds of breath. And these breaths, they don't need to be forceful. You don't need to overly manipulate them. Just let them come and go. Once you finish those 5 rounds, you make your way out in your own time. Pressing down into your right hand, threading the left one out from underneath, and just bring yourself forward into a full point position. Just take a little rock forwards, backwards, draw a couple of circles around your wrists with your shoulders. Yeah. Little from side to side. So you're just releasing the spine, just opening things up a little bit. Movement can be just really welcome after a long hold. And then make your way onto your belly. So wiggle your knees back, come on down. And we'll find open wing. So our first shape was a closed wing. We stretched across the back of the shoulders. Now we'll open up through the front of the shoulders and your chest. So left arm slides on. Lovely. And then bend up your right elbow, point that towards the ceiling. Yeah. Then roll yourself onto your left hand side. Now personally, I like to bend up my right knee and place my foot onto the ground like a little kickstand. If you like, you can put your foot on a block or simply just lie the right leg on top of your left one. Like there's no right or wrong way to adjust your legs here. Just find something that works so you can shift your weight so you can feel a little bit of a stretch across the front of your chest and your shoulders. Your shoulder. How's that feel, Abby? Ooh, yeah. Yeah? Awesome. So we have 4 minutes here, so we have a bit of time. I'll let you know once we're halfway, so if you want to go a little bit deeper as the muscles start to respond to the shape, you can find a little bit more depth. So relax your shoulders, let your head get heavier. Can you get a little bit more friendly with gravity? So allow yourself to feel, like completely feel the weight of gravity on you as it presses you down into the ground, and you go with it. Okay, we have just found that midway point, so if it feels like your left arm wants to snap off, come a little closer to the ground, that's no issue. If you actually feel quite comfortable now and you feel like the sensations have started to dissipate, what you can do is you can keep on pressing into your right arm and maybe you bend up your left knee. You give your hips a little scoot towards the left and you allow yourself to come in a little deeper. Some days this feels good for me, some days not so much. For a little more, you can also just wrap your right arm around behind you. And you can reach towards like your left hip. But remember, drop your right shoulder out of your ear. For myself, that's a little bit too much today. So I'm gonna unwrap my right arm and release the left leg just so I can be a little bit more comfortable. 5 more rounds of breath, count them as you go. Slowly roll yourself back out. So tuck the right arm behind you, release it, use the right arm just to lower yourself back onto your belly, and then maybe the sense of being a bit fragile on the left shoulder. It's okay, you just take your time, yeah? Sometimes it feels like it's stuck for a moment. Just take your time. It's not a bad thing, it's just the way it is thing. And we'll continue on this side just to get a slightly different experience of the same shape. So bend up your elbow. So it's going to be somewhere in between like a 90-degree angle with the fingertips pointing towards the front of the room, or you can bring it like a little wider if you want, yeah? I like 90 degrees. I find it's quite different from the 180, so give it a go. Bend your right elbow up. Same thing, just a little different. Start to roll yourself onto left-hand side. Now I have a gummy left shoulder, so I cannot get my left shoulder down to the ground. That's okay. Don't be too forceful. And for this one, this is challenging for me. I just like to just slide my right leg behind me. But you do you. You can use your right hand to push a little further into it if you like. If you're unfamiliar with these shapes, it can be pretty confusing. You're like, have I gone too far? Am I doing it right? If you can feel something and you can feel a stretch, then you got it, yeah? If you find that your breath is really jagged and haphazard and it's kind of inconsistent, it may be a sign that you've gone too far, so you can release it a little bit, allow it to be a bit less intense, and then stay there. Just reach that halfway point. If you need to readjust, go for it. And we'll just stay for another 2 minutes. Allow your left shoulder to get heavy, allow it to draw away from your knee. Allow yourself to create space. You just have 1 more minute here, so breathe nice and deep. If the mind has wandered off, just bring yourself back time and time again. And in your own time, you start to make your way back out. So using your right arm here, using your core, you just roll yourself out really gently and slowly, listening to your body, giving it more time if it needs it. Oh, okay. Take your arms down by your sides. Okay, that really got me good. Yeah, got you good too? Okay. Yikes. We'll come on to the next side. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Let's make ourselves nice and even. Stretch your right arm towards the right hand side of the room. So it's like just your arms in line with your shoulder. Left elbow points up towards the ceiling. Let's move my timer so I can see. Like I said, I have no concept of time anymore, so I use the clock. Roll yourself onto the right hand side. Make yourself a home, let your head hang heavy. Like you may notice that your head's like poking up here. And hey, if your head actually will not go down to the ground, no dramas, stick a cushion underneath there, rolled up blanket. Just make yourself comfortable. Ambient sounds of people dropping things. Ambient sounds of drop saws. If there are distracting things around you, perhaps instead of getting frustrated at them, can you just smile at them? Listen to the world just pass by. Let yourself get heavier. Let yourself be more passive. We're halfway there, so if you need to readjust, please do, either adding in more or less sensation. After you bend up the right knee, you place the right foot down onto the ground and tuck the left arm behind you. Yeah. Investigate it. If it feels shit, then release and take a little tactical retreat. Like, you know if it feels bad. Yeah, just be honest with yourself. Don't just grit your teeth and get on with it. No, you just back it up a little bit. Last 5 rounds of breath. Notice if you're bunching up your hands or you're scratching up your toes or your face, maybe you can just gently release. Yeah. Scrunch your toes. Scrunch your forehead. And in your own time, reverse out of it. Left arm comes out. Oh. Left leg lengthens, you roll yourself onto your belly, slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Yeah, alright. The right side goes a little easier for me, but it's still not easy. Yeah, alright. Make a 90-degree angle with your right shoulder again, drop it down. Don't give yourself a hard time if your right shoulder does not get to the mat. Mine won't. Roll yourself onto your right hand side again. Oh, yeah. Right. Little wiggle around. Make yourself at home. Make yourself comfortably uncomfortable. Head's propped, body's propped up. You're not holding yourself up here. There might be a little bit of effort with your left arm, but like, let it be sustainable. Perhaps feeling a stretch across the front of your right chest, across the front of your right shoulder. We're only here for a relatively short time, so can you just be here? You're halfway. Adjust away, my friends. Adding more. Taking a little less. Just be in conversation with your body. Like, what is it telling you? Yeah. If the breath is stuck and you're actually just holding your breath, that's a really good sign that you've done too much. Do less. Last 5 rounds of breath. Okay, edge your way out of this one. Left hand comes out. Ooh, roll yourself onto your belly. 2 hands come down by your sides, toes tucked. Lift yourself up. Just come into a seat for a moment. Sit comfortably. Arms jiggle. Alright, these feel like a better version of my shoulders now. Yeah. And just take a moment, just rebound. I'm just gonna go and grab my jumper. I'm just gonna walk out of frame. I'm back. We are on, we're about halfway now. On the home stretch. Doing a couple more shapes for our shoulders. So, When you're ready, slide your legs forward and come up to a seat. If you know you tend to get stuck in your lower back, roll something up, pop your bum just on top, just so you don't feel like you're getting catapulted backwards. A little bit of height here is nice. Slide your right leg out long and tuck your left foot in towards you so the knee comes out to the side so it's more than 90 degrees. Yeah. Sit up tall. Maybe have your bolster with you and or the block. And then I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. Feel yourself go long. I like to bring my left elbow onto something. If you're quite flexy down through the side, you can pop your elbow onto your leg. It just depends. I like to pop my head up. Just reach your arm up and over so we can get down through the sides of our body. So right down through your lats. Yeah. So what we've done is we've stretched behind the shoulder, we've stretched in front of the shoulder, now we're stretching down the side, right? I went for a little boating adventure. I went on a pack raft and I went for a paddle around the mangroves in Botany Bay. Oh, lovely. But I had the tightest shoulders. Oh my gosh. It was a bit of a rude shock, so this is super nice. I've also spent a lot of time recently just playing my Nintendo. Who plays Nintendo with good posture, right? That's not a thing. I kind of curl in towards myself and just like stick my head out and play. This is just the best thing, is to stretch yourself back out. And you'll notice, if you broaden the chest and start to draw your right shoulder behind you and your right hip, your right sit bone down to the ground, you'll feel extension and lengthening all the way up through the right hand side of your body. So if you're tight there, stick with that. If you have the back seam of your body is a bit tighter, you might actually just like to kind of curl in towards yourself here. You can tuck your chin in and lengthen forwards. Yeah, and then you feel it more along, more towards your spine. Just depends on where you're tight. Ooh, both feel good for me. Both feel interesting. It just depends on where you feel like you need it more. Hey, if you need both, put me on pause. Do both. Just give it one more minute. If you found your body has responded to this quite nicely, you might go a little bit deeper. Might reach for your toesies, maybe. Reaching for your toes is overrated though, so don't worry. Yeah, I know. Be patient. Let's take 4 more rounds of breath. If you're getting a hamstring stretch down through your right leg, well, that's just an added bonus, yeah? Now a little bit of effort through the left leg, press it down. Lift yourself back up. Oh, so good. Okay, scoot your props out to the side, but you can leave yourself sitting on your little prop if you're on it. Yeah, so leave your bum where it is. Just nudge your right leg in towards the midline or pick the left leg up to get up. and over. Yeah. So, see if you can actually stack your left knee on top of your right knee. Yeah, very good. And then take the pinky toe edge of your foot, which I often call the knife edge. I don't know why, but take the knife edge of your foot and press it down into the ground. Yeah, if that's possible. Now, if this feels no bueno, doing this is okay. Yeah, just work with it. And if you'd like more sensation, so you can feel this into the outsides of your hips, shift to the right. Tuck your right foot in and bring your left butt cheek back down. Yeah, you got it. Now when you do that, you might actually find that you need more boosting up. Yeah? Or if it's doable, just leave the left leg out. Right leg out. That's fine. Sit tall. Now imagine you're one of those weird little puppet things and you have the string attached to your crown of your head and it's lifting you up. Yep, so marionette puppet, that's what they're called. Sit up nice and tall. And then can you see if you can feel your tailbone drop down towards the ground like it's a little sinker. So you're nice and tall. Sorry. And we'll take a neck stretch. So right arm comes up, comes over your head. So it's like you're reaching for your ear, but please no yanking. And just drop your shoulder over. Left shoulder drops out of your ear. And personally, I like to take my left hand, I like to tuck it underneath my foot. Just as a way to remember to keep on dropping that left shoulder out of your ear. Yeah. Make little adjustments. So you can find just like a good amount of stretch through the side of your neck. So that may mean lifting your chin up towards the ceiling and looking high. Might mean you look back towards your right shoulder or back down towards your left hip. Just move your chin around like you would in like an old school aerial. Searching for better reception. Yeah, cool, I'm gonna stay. When I was a kid, we had this TV and it was before, lucky I actually had like a aerial that you like plug into the wall. And sometimes the different channels, you'd have to move the aerial. And sometimes you would just get picture, but no sound. Sometimes you would get sound, but no picture. Sometimes you get a picture, but it was just like all gray. Yeah, so just like move your chin around and just find the different things that you find. And when you find something perfectly uncomfortable, stay. Notice if you've like completely rocked over to the right though, pop the left butt cheek back down, keep sitting back up, yeah? Cool. Yeah, one more minute, just for good measure. Deep breath in. Emptying and calm breath out. Then we make our way out, so release the right arm first. Prop your head back up. Untuck the left hand. Shift yourself back and slide your legs forward again. Moment in neutral with your toes. Shrug your shoulders. I always feel like super asymmetrical after I do this. Really satisfyingly so. Let's swap our sides over. So the left leg goes out. The right leg comes in. Yeah. Yeah, nice. You want to bring it out at an angle. So usually for like Janu, you sit like this. Send your foot out a little wider. Just open up the angle. Grab your props. Make yourself a little tower. Let yourself feel supported. Elbow comes down. Top arm up and over. Do what you gotta do. Just remind yourself, your right butt cheeks, if you plug it down into the ground. Yeah, like plant it into the mat. Yeah. And then reach your arm up and over. I like to rest my arm on my head. That works. Let your head get heavy here. Let your props do what they're doing. Let them prop you up. You don't need to hold yourself up. When you're ready, if you want to go deeper, absolutely. Go for it. Little readjustment. And stay a little while longer. Last 5 rounds of breath here. Press down into your right leg, lift yourself up. As always. And send your left leg forward, take your right knee out to the side. Like, why are we rushing anyway? Like, what are you rushing to? I always ask myself that. Pick up your right knee, take it over the top. Little shift to the left, tuck your right leg under if that's for you. We're gonna cast on our cow face legs. So you can get both butt cheeks down to the ground. And if you can't, that either means release the bottom leg or give yourself a little booster seat. Can you invite your your right and left knee down towards the ground? Yeah, and can you wiggle them together? Do they do that? Yeah, they do. Cool. Yeah, so sometimes they're kind of like this, or they're like really far away from each other, and wiggle across. How would that feel? Maybe bringing your hands forward, rocking forwards to snuggle them together, and then coming back down may help. Did it help? Okay, it helped too much. Okay. Alright. Settle yourself in. This time left arm lifts up and over. That's your left arm, isn't it? No, it's still not your left arm. This one is. Very good. Take that across. I've done the wrong side. Cool. Your actual left arm. Take it up and over. I got it right the first time. Oh no. Oh, I'm starting to lose a plot. Okay, take your right arm underneath. I have this recurring nightmare at the moment where because I don't really watch the news because it stresses me out. I really watch the news when I'm in a really good mood and I can handle the news. I have this recurring nightmare that we get out of lockdown, but I don't know. And I stay in lockdown because no one's told me. In reality, someone would tell me, I'm sure.
I'll tell you.
You'll tell me, thank you, Abby. In the event that the gym opens up and you have not seen me, please text me. Please reach out to me. Make sure that I know. Fuck, that would be bad. Yeah. It's like those dreams where you go to work but you're not wearing pants. Yeah. See if you can drop your right shoulder. Allowed to get super heavy. Yeah. Adjustment of your chin as well. I'm just gonna be here just for one more minute. Remember, you're not yanking on your head. Go easy, just use the weight of the arm. Let's make our way out of this one. Release your left arm. Pop your head back up, give it a little jiggle. A little rock back. Release the legs. A wiggle. And we'll come into our last shape. Or our second to last shape, which is Supta Baddha Konasana. So that probably sounds like gibberish. Bring the soles of your feet together, drop your knees out wide. Take your bolster back behind you. Or the thing that resembles your bolster. Pop that back behind you. Make sure your bum stays nice and heavy on the ground, and if it feels like your knees are just kind of flapping in the wind, either press them forward, that might flip up, or get some towels, stick them underneath your knees, prop them up. Edge your way back so you can allow yourself just to melt over the top of your bolster. Stretch the arms out wide. Now, for more sensation here, if you have a block, you can use a block. What I like to do is I like to put it on the second highest one. Pop it down the length of my spine. And just like, go easy, please. I like to roll myself down the block. Make sure you feel nice and steady. Yeah, head drops back, arms come out. It's just a slightly, well, sometimes a lot more intense variation of pose. Move yourself around. Make yourself at home. You stay. I'm going to come out, so I'm going to read something to you. And it's by Pablo. And I know for pretty much everyone at the moment, things are suboptimal. Yeah. He's got a list here, which I found quite useful. Some of this you may relate to, maybe not all of it, maybe none of it. So if you like it, take it with you. If you don't, disregard. And he's written here a list of essentials to remember on tough days. Take a deep breath in. Allow yourself to drop in and melt in a little bit further. And he says to practice patience. To accept what you feel. Do not punish yourself. Make sure you get good rest. Give yourself ample kindness. And on days that are especially tough, accomplish smaller goals. Do things that will calm your mind. And this is probably one of my favorite ones. A bad moment does not equal a bad life. That struggle can be a space for deep growth. And lastly, which is definitely true, this current discomfort is not permanent. So just rest with that. Maybe useful, maybe not useful. patience, more room for rest. And if you'd like to stay here, you can stay for as long as you like. This is one of those poses where you could spend like 15 minutes here and that would be delightful. Yeah. If you'd like to come into Shavasana now, you can. You just make your way out. I like to roll myself to the side off the bolster. And come down to lie flat. The classic Shavasana is legs long, arms down by your sides. That's the classic, but if you can think of something that's going to feel better for you, then do that. Maybe throw on jumpers or a blanket and come into your final resting pose. And you can stay here for as long as you like, yeah? Maybe set a timer just in case you fall asleep. I'm going to leave you here. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.